It is, what day is it? Wednesday, February 8th. I have no idea what day this is for vlogging. I've missed almost a full week of making vlogs because I had some crazy life stuff happen. I met someone in December, an older woman who was sick. She's got terminal cancer and she was evicted from her trailer park, and she asked me if she could stay with me for a month between residences. So because I'm dead poor and I'm struggling to pay my rent, I agreed to let her stay, and she kind of invaded, and it turns out she's dangerously unstable in my opinion, and because of that I felt so unsafe. I didn't sleep for 5 days when she was there, and on Sunday night I was trying to help her move the last of her things into my place, and what should have been a quick trip ended up being hours, and it was all very hard and difficult, but in the end she put me in the back seat of her cab, of the pickup truck she drives, and in case of child safety law, packed boxes around me, and when I tried to leave wouldn't allow me to leave, and I finally had to climb over the seat and literally run away down Pioneer Parkway in Springfield, and I'm dead exhausted because I've only had a few hours of sleep over the course of the full week. She was at my house, and my phone had died, and I knew where I was, and just stumbled down the road crying, and I just saw lights in the distance, and I thought, well, I'm somewhere in Springfield, and I'm pretty sure that sign's to Pioneer Parkway, so if I keep walking I'll run into people at some point. So I was praying and crying and just kind of shuffled down the road until, much to my wondering eyes, it appeared a Sherry's sign. I saw the sign for the Sherry's in Pioneer Parkway, and I literally burst into tears. I was so grateful. And I went in there and talked to one of the servers named Jocelyn and asked if I could use her phone because mine had died. And when I get really stressed out, my dyscalculia is even worse than usual. I can't remember anybody's phone number at all, not even at all. But they called the West 11 store for me, and I asked for Jamie. She wasn't working, but either she or Dana, the manager, got word to Scott, and then there was a kind gentleman who had a laptop, and he happened to have the right size cable I needed to charge my phone, so I charged my phone for a few minutes and was able to call Gary. And so I sat down to have a bite to eat and some hot chocolate while I'm so upset, and I was so frightened, I was in shock, I was shaking, so I had some hot chocolate, and then Scott materialized, and like a minute later Gary showed up. So they hugged me, and Gary took me to go fetch Marla from the restaurant they were at, and she hugged me and let me cry, and then we ended up going back to my place to confront my roommate, and she was really antagonistic, and I was hysterical at that point, so we just got my stuff, and Jamie let me sleep at her apartment. And then the next day I tried to get a quarter, and it was too late in the day, so I ended up just running around and then crashing at my friend Cassie's house, which was actually just a stone's throw away from where this all went down, which I thought was ironic. And spent the night there, but slept. I felt safe and slept for the first time in a week at those two houses. And then I went to court the next day and was able to get a stalking order against this person in my home. And she was served successfully. And I got a very apologetic phone call from her case manager through Elder Care, and saying that she absolutely intended to honor the order, which is good. And we have a hearing in March. So it's been a very harrowing couple of days, and this depression and anxiety thing was almost entirely caused by this very abusive, unstable person invading my home. So now that she's out of my home, even though her stuff is still there, I feel infinitely better, and paying my rent can be a challenge because I'm not going to use her money because she's not living there, but I paid my tithing, I was obedient. I know people might argue with me, but for me, paying my tithes is not about what anybody does or doesn't do. It's about the fact that I believe this is the right thing to do, and I believe in being obedient to the commandments. So, pay my tithing, and it should all work out. I'll put a link right here to what I'm doing right now, because I'm in another separate little video, just if you're curious. And I guess that's all for the moment. Thanks for all the kind people that will help me, and I hope this finds you well. Be well, and DFTBA.